All right. At this point, I'm going to just leave things as they are after my conversation with the children. And I'm going to leave things as they are and hope for the best. They have committed to me that they will let me know through you if there's any violations. And I'm going to believe that they'll do that. So we're going to let the visitation continue as it is. The children want to go see their mother. They want to continue to visit with their mother. The rules are going to remain in place. You are in denial. Mr. Grant clearly has an anger problem. Clearly, unequivocally, he has an anger problem. It needs to be addressed. If he won't address it, you won't address it, then it's going to continue to dictate what happens to your children.
William Grant testified at the final hearing that Cadence, Camden, and Connor were not welcome at his home, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a
Yeah,
yes?
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And you also acknowledged that the dog that bit Connor is still in the house, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't intend to get rid of Mr. Grant, and you don't intend to get rid of the dog, do you?
No.
Okay. But you, at the last hearing, you put Mr. Grant ahead of your children, didn't you? Because you picked him over
No.
him.
No, I didn't.
You did not.
No, I
Okay.
did not.
You say that you want your children to have a nice, normal life. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it true that it's not normal to witness your mother get a beat down and her head stomped in with blood all over the place?
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
That did not happen.
So the police didn't come and call Mr. Lee to have him come get the kids because of everything that had occurred at your house while you and Mr. Grant were in a drunken
Your Honor, I'm
stupor?
objecting to anything referencing the police. She doesn't have knowledge of what the police were told by a third party, and she doesn't have a knowledge of what the police know.
I actually did, Your Honor. I had the reports and I
The-
handled
the
the last
witness did.
hearing.
I'm talking about the witness, Your Honor.
Yeah. How can she know what somebody else
Mhm.
knows? Is her point.
She gave them the information.
Well, you ask your question again.
Okay. Isn't it true you told the police that you had gotten into a fight with Mr. Grant and that he beat you up?
No, I never talked to the police that
You
night.
never talked to the
I never
police.
talked to the police that night.
Okay, but the police did get the kids and send them with Mr. Lee, right?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I'm objecting. She has no knowledge of what the police did.
Well, if she was there when the police came and got the children, she would certainly have knowledge of what the police did, wouldn't
But
she?
that's not the question that was asked.
Well, I thought that was the question that was asked. Were you there when they came and got the kids?
Sir?
Were you there when when the police came and got the children?
Yes.
Okay. So she obviously has knowledge about what the police did. I don't understand the objection.
That's not the way the question was asked. She was asking what the police knew and what they were told
No,
by.
she said, did
the
the police,
father.
did the police come and get the kids? And she said, yes. I'll overrule the objection.
All right, so since that last hearing, you still got the same conditions at your house, Will's still there, the dog's still there. Isn't it true you also continue to use alcohol in excess?
No.
You don't. When
No.
did you stop using alcohol in excess?
Your Honor, I would
Haven't-
object to the form of that question and to explain what she means by excess.
You know what excess means?
Yes. Drunk all the
I'll
time.
overrule the objection.
No. I do not use it in excess.
All right, based on that, would you agree to an alcohol level nail test?
No, I'm not.
You're not going to
No, I'm
agree to
not going
that.
to
Your
agree
Honor,
to
I
that.
would move to order her to have an alcohol nail level test along with any person in her home based on her lack of willingness to participate.
Your Honor, there is no evidence before us today of any alcohol problem other than a question asked by the attorney to the witness, and I object to asking for a test without any further evidence showing that there is any issue with alcohol. When clearly the witness just said she does not drink in excess, she does not get drunk, there's no further evidence to require a test.
Well, I'll decide whether we don't get tests later on. You may proceed.
Isn't it true back in September of 23, you actually drank in excess and drove the children afterwards?
No,
And
that's not
isn't it
true.
also true that you told the children not to tell their dad about that?
That's not true.
Isn't it also true that you've also told the children to not tell their father that you had them around Will Grant?
Will was never around them. I was been at my parents' house almost every time.
Almost.
There's one time that I wasn't, but I did not have anything to drink with them. And I never would drive with them intoxicated. That's a long way.
Before I forget to ask you, a few minutes ago, you talked about how your children get along so well with his children and they love to play games together and throw the ball on the roof and all that. How are they doing that?
No, this was
Because
at the beginning. This was whenever, before we had the already thing in Effingham. This was before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was
with
like
the
a long time
original
ago.
divorce, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
but that's right after the divorce.
All right. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So you have no present knowledge of how these kids would get along with his kids whatsoever, do you?
Not now.
All right, how old are his kids?
16 and 13.
All right, what's the 16-year-old, boy or girl?
Boy,
What's 13-year-old?
girl.
Great. So you want to take a 17-year-old boy, a 16-year-old boy, and a 14-year-old girl and throw them in the same house sometimes as these two?
I mean, he can have them on the weekend that his kids are here or at our house.
Okay. Now, tell me, how big is your house?
3 bedroom, 2 bath.
And what would be the sleeping arrangements?
Cadence would have her room and the boys would share a room. They've always shared a room their whole life.
Okay. And when the other kids come, where would they stay?
Well, Chris would have them on that weekend, and then the children could stay in the rooms that they stay.
Okay. Isn't it true you've also told the children not to tell their dad other things?
No,
Okay. You mentioned earlier that you had asked him to meet you halfway. Is that right?
I have.
Isn't it true that you got $100 a month travel deviation as the deviation allows for the mother to exercise visitation on child support? So you were getting the benefit of being the one to travel by getting to pay less in child support, correct?
I don't know. I didn't have a lawyer at that time. I was representing myself, so I just signed because I was being a little bullied by y'all.
Them to be manipulated to turn against their mother. I don't play that.
So in other words, as long as it's your coercion, it's okay.
I don't coerce anybody in
All
my
right,
home.
but you just said they can't have any audio or video.
No, that's what you said. They can't, no, get it straight. That's not what I said. What I said, they will not be audioing, videotaping with implications to hurt their mother in any way.
Why? What? Explain that to me. Why would someone videotaping what goes on in your house be a problem? Why would that be a, I just don't understand that.
It's not that, Your Honor. It's many a times that Christy has talked to her children on video. You can see the kids. They're sitting across from them. The kids can't speak freely because they're looking up.
No. You're
the
not talking
entire
about,
time.
you're not, I'm not.
And that's what I mean.
Well, you're talking about when he's with them and they're talking to her on the phone or whatever.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about what you said was when they came to your house, they would not be allowed to record anything.
No, I mean, they can record playing, basketball, normal things, stuff like that. But I mean, not for nefarious purposes, not for, like if we're sitting in the living room having a conversation, I don't want somebody in the hallway videotaping and recording. I mean,
what are y'all doing that would?
we wouldn't be doing anything. You'd have to ask the defendant
I'm
why.
asking you.
Well, I'm telling you, there wouldn't be any reason. There's nothing to hide. I got nothing to hide at my house.
Well, then why would you worry about it being recorded?
They can record
That's
within.
not what you just said.
Well, they can record within reason, but they're not with nefarious purposes perpetrated by the father. I've witnessed it too much at my house whenever they've done that.
I don't understand what's going on that would be nefarious, but I'll leave it at that. Anything
It's,
else?
Not from this witness, Your Honor.
Anything from you? Redirect?
Can you explain what you mean by nefarious?
the entire time, what the court fails to see is the entire time that she is on the phone with her children. I have witnessed the snickering in the background. I can see them on audio as they are videotaped, talking to each other, looking up, watching what they say, long silences. That's what I mean when I say, why else were they acting like that? The kids can't speak freely. They
Or are you
can't be.
concerned that that's going to happen in your house?
No, it's not going to happen in my house. And if it does, she can take care of it. She can watch it. We don't do stuff like that. What they want to do and what they want to talk about is their business. However, this isn't a spy agency. I'm tired of all these games between these parties. It's ridiculous.
So you just don't want spying, is that?
Yes, I mean, it's ridiculous.
So they can use
The
their
kids can't be
devices.
themselves. They can't have a normal conversation with their mother because they're in the background giggling. You can hear them. It's ridiculous.
But if it's just you and Christy and the kids in the house,
They're free
I mean, we all giggled at what he just said there.
to do whatever they want within the bounds of what kids do.
okay, thank you.
They're not even my kids. I mean, they can be
Thank you,
free.
sir. You may step down. All right. At this point, I'm going to just leave things as they are after my conversation with the children. And I'm going to leave things as they are and hope for the best. They have committed to me that they will let me know through you if there's any violations. And I'm going to believe that they'll do that. So we're going to let the visitation continue as it is. The children want to go see their mother. They want to continue to visit with their mother. The rules are going to remain in place. You are in denial. Mr. Grant clearly has an anger problem. Clearly, unequivocally, he has an anger problem. It needs to be addressed. If you want to address it, you want to address it, then it's going to continue to dictate what happens to your children.